Hey guys, the 4-week hiatus is over. We're back on the horse. Champions League football comes to Sligo. Molde from Norway are coming to play the Rovers, second Champions League qualifying round. Let's go watch it.
Tried my best to keep it quiet, tried my hardest to deny it. God, it's just so hard to fight, I can't lie to myself. I like it, take it, hide it, twist it, tie it. Close your eyes and pull it tighter, give it just a little time. I swear, you learn to love it. I swear to God, you learn to love it. Close your eyes, relax in time, you learn to love it.
Daniel Bergestad, a tough game against Sligo, but you've got that lead, the away goal. It's going to be very difficult for them to come and get the goal at Molde. I'd say you're very happy with tonight's work.
Yeah, it was a tough game. I think we were good in the first half, and we had some good chances, but they come over us in the second, and maybe they deserve a goal. But we're happy with the result, and I have to say the crowd was fantastic here.
The way that the way that the league season has gone, the Champions League is supremely important for Molde. Sligo Rovers, they weren't a pushover.
No, it wasn't. I was surprised that it was so good, but I didn't know about them before. But I was surprised they were good. But we are confident that we can do it back home.
It's a very different ground than any of the ones in Norway. Very different from Molde's ground. A bit more compact. Was it tough to play in a stadium like that?
It was a little bit difficult grass because it was very dry.
Yeah.
But
the weather doesn't help over here.
No, but the atmosphere were fantastic, and it was a very enthusiastic crowd, and I loved to play here, and I said thumbs up for the crowd.
Did you enjoy the Sligo experience in general? Staying here, the people in Sligo.
Yeah, a very nice country, and reputation of the Green Island is true.
Are you going to come back on holiday here?
Yeah, hopefully.
That's
a nice countryside here.
All right, and finally, as I mentioned, league season not going the best, but what is the aim for Molde for the season? I think the league title's probably out of your grasp, but you're still in the cup, and there is things to be playing for.
Yeah, we hope for a medal and go through to the cup final, and hopefully a Champions League. That's our goals.
All right, thanks very much. Joining me at the showgrounds, Evan and David McMillan. What do you make of that? It's a disappointing 1-0 loss, but with the attacks you put in later on in the game, you're definitely still in it for the second leg.
Yeah, as you say, we're disappointed. I don't think there's a lot in the game. I'd say arguably we had more possession. I think it was a good performance. It was just, they didn't really cut us open either, which is a positive. They scored a scrappy goal, and as you said, we had attacks late on where we had good balls into the box, but it just didn't bounce for us once or twice. The ball was bouncing around the box, and they were just lucky to get to it first. So, there is positives there, but it's just disappointing to concede the away goal. And
David, your first experience both of your first experience in the Champions League. What have you made of that? It's very different from playing for UCD a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough start. I think the temperature today didn't help things. That the first half was very, very tough just to try and, especially playing right wing, getting up and down the pitch. But I think once we settled into it, we played some decent stuff, especially in the second half there. I think they sat back off us, and as Evan said, we had a lot of possession, and it's unfortunate that we didn't turn that position into more chances. I think that's probably the disappointing factor today, but we have hope now going into next week that we can go and we can try and get something out there in Norway.
Since you moved to Sligo, you've been played a bit out of position. Has it been tough to be playing on the wing as opposed to where you would have been the one striker at UCD?
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of getting used to again. I played that position maybe 3 or 4 years ago now, so it's just tough to try and get the right positions and make sure you're there looking for the ball off the fullback, and it takes a bit of getting used to, but I'm happy once I'm playing and once I'm in the team. So. And
Evan, the season's got in there. The Champions League, it is a bit of a bonus, but you're still in the title race, but that result against Pats does keep you in it. But what have you made of this season so far? It's not been the best, but it could have been a lot worse for Sligo Rovers.
Yeah, it's been up and down. Obviously at the start of the season we were flying and we won the first 8 games. In that period we weren't playing too well. We were just being solid at the back and we weren't conceding goals, so we were picking up wins. But since then, it's kind of been up and down. There's been games where we've struggled to score, which I know we drew in Bray, we drew in Limerick, both 0-0. So obviously the manager signed Dave to try to get a few more goals, and we have been scoring more goals, so we just have to get the balance right between scoring goals and keeping clean sheets, and hopefully we can win the league. And
finally, lads, can I ask you, you're back playing together again. Is it strange, sort of like moving from you'd have spent your whole career sort of in Dublin? Is it strange moving to Sligo? Evan, you probably have to show David the ropes a bit when he moved over here. Is it strange playing together in a foreign place?
Yeah, well, Dave moved in with me just to settle, and he'll have his own house now in about 3 or 4 days. But I suppose it's the first time us playing professional football together as such, because Sligo is, to me, the most professional team in the league and the professional setup. So it's what we both wanted to do after we got our education in the bag. So it is great to be playing on such a stage as tonight with such a big crowd and such a professional outfit. Molde were, so it is great to be playing together professionally. Yeah. And
Dave, you are playing professionally with your brother in Sligo. What was it difficult to settle in at first?
It wasn't too bad actually. I obviously, as Evan said, I've been living with him, so and the lads have been great. I've been able to settle in pretty quickly, and I've been straight into the team. So things have just happened, really, really quickly, and there's been no trouble whatsoever. I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully we can push on now to the end of the season, and as you said, try and reclaim the league title once again.
All right, well, thanks very much, lads. It's a pleasure to speak to you. Martin, the tough results, but you go to Molde next week and you're only 1 goal down. If you attack the way you did tonight, there's a goal coming for you.
There's definitely a goal in there. There was boys, loads of chances in there for us. Anthony Eldon, a few headers in there. Kieran Jolly came on, made a good few crosses in. Alan Keane made a big difference as well when he came on. Big change in the second half.
And you yourself, you're playing Champions League football. It must be, regardless of the result, it must be some experience.
Yeah, definitely. I've been getting a good bit of game time now this year, and appreciate it. And especially coming on Champions League atmosphere like that, and just to get a little run in Champions League. But it's not about me. It's about trying to get a result for the team, and going out there. Everyone's still concentrated on trying to get a result.
And you yourself, you blasted into the team in pre-season, and then your first team chances were sort of few and far between at the start of the season. Have you found yourself settling in a bit more to Premier Division football in the League of Ireland?
Yeah, I think my loan spell at Ballinamallard last year helped me a lot, so I come back fit for pre-season and ready to go. We've got, I think, maybe 7 or 8 goals in pre-season, and then started to try and get my chance in again. 15, just trying to take whatever game time I got, and got a couple of starts, and then just keep ticking on then.
It's been a tough season for Sligo Rovers. Not as clean sailing as the last season, but you're still in that title race, especially after that decent result against Pats over the weekend.
Yeah, it was a very tough result against St Pat's. Still with a chance of the league. Only 4 points behind, I think it is, and 4 points, and there's loads of games there. Plenty of time to get it back.
You have a lot of time to go and beat Pats at Inchicore next time you play them, and that's really the big game, isn't it?
No, I think all games from now to the end of the season is big games for us. Trying to get the games, trying to get the wins now from a couple of draws we suffered over the supposedly bad run, but change them to wins now, which is, you can see, is happening. Yeah. And hopefully get the points that we need now.
And finally, obviously, let's go back to tonight's game. It's Champions League football. You come on, it's a lot more physical. The referees are that bit harsher than in the League of Ireland. How different is it, and how tough is it to adapt playing the Champions League football against the likes of Molde when the week before you'd be playing against like St Pat's or UCD or Bray or something?
Well, I can't really answer that. I haven't much experience behind me, but I came on for 15 minutes there and on for 15 minutes maybe, or not even, against St Pat's, and just it's a step up. The pace of the game's way quicker. It's a difference again.
So being a young player, does that add to your sort of like, now you'd be used to it? Maybe when you go to Molde next week, if you get a bit more game time, you'd be more used to the physical side they have to their game.
I think just keeping up with the pace is the main physicality of it. The refs tend to give you a little bit more leeway, giving free kicks, soft free kicks here and there, so that's not really to worry. It's just the pace of the game, really.
Alright, well, thanks very much. It's a pleasure. Anthony Elding, tough result, but it's still very much alive for you, especially if you attacked the way that you did late on in that game.
Yeah, I think we had them on the ropes, at the end there. Obviously we would have liked to have created a lot more chances, but when it's the first leg and you're a little bit cautious, you tend to be a little bit more defensive than attacking. It's all to go and play for, and if we go over there and score a goal early, then it's wide open, and I think that's when we're at our best, is when we're playing attacking football.
And you've played all over. You've played almost every league in England. You've played here. How different were Molde to the teams you would have played? Like you've played abroad as well.
Yeah, they're a very good side. Obviously, Molde. They're a bit. They're obviously, probably similar to the better teams in League One that I've played at. They keep the ball really well, but they're definitely there to be got at. We got the players and the ability in our squad to go and break them down, and if we're on it, then we certainly go over there and give them a real good shot.
And you've had your year started off very tough. The whole moving away from England, the considering retirement, and now you're playing in the Champions League. It must be the best feeling in the world, even if you're losing a game, or even if you lost that game particularly.
Yeah, I'll probably say it was one of my proudest moments in football. It's a real honour to be involved in, and I thank Ian Barraclough and Gary Stevens for giving me the opportunity. Obviously the tie's still not over, and I'd like to go and hopefully if selected, repay that faith and go over there and get the result that we're looking for. But yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm over the moon.
And since you had a spectacular start, but it was always gonna be a little bump. Like, how tough has it been now that the goals are they're not coming game in, game out like they were at the start?
Well, I think the red card, it didn't help me. It didn't help. I've had obviously 2 red cards in the space of 4 weeks, which didn't help, and it caused me a few problems. So that's my second start back since. So I'm obviously getting back to a little bit of fitness and stuff. So more games are better for me, and if we're positive as a team and the way we play, the way we know we can play, then I'm sure I'll start scoring the goals again, no problem.
And finally, the season it has taken that little dip, but you're still only 4 points away from top of the league. You got that draw against Pats. You've shown that you can play against that sort of team. You've shown that you can play against the likes of Molde. The league title race is very much still on, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously that's our priority. The league. We want to retain that trophy again, and that's all important. But I say today we give Molde a real good game. I think overall we're probably the better team. Just lacking that bit of quality in the final third, and if we go over there and really take it to them, then we should come out victorious. That's the aim anyway.
Alright, well, thanks very much, Kieran Jalali. Champions League football. I mean, regardless of the result, must be a great experience for you for Sligo Rovers.
Definitely. I mean, but for me, we could have got the result that we wanted. We could have got a more positive result, but now we can go out there and play without fear, and hopefully we can secure the tie.
The way that you played in that second half, especially after you came on yourself, like it fills Sligo Rovers with a lot of confidence for that away goal now going into Molde.
Definitely. I mean, if we could have got one, I think we'd go there and we'd be a lot more confident, but we have to go there and just play the game that we know we can play, and I think we'll get a positive result out there.
And it must be so different from playing for like you get to play in the Champions League after like playing for Wimbledon and stuff like that. It's a big step up, isn't it?
It is. It's a completely different experience, and it's one that definitely drew me to the club when the chance was here to sign. So this is the sort of games that I want to be playing in, and obviously get to the highest level possible that my ability will take me. So these are the sort of games you've got to play in, and these are the sort of games you've got to perform in and stand out.
And a lot of players, speaking to Liam Martin earlier, he said that the pace of the game, the physicality that Molde had with them, it changed. But for a player like yourself, it almost suits you more to be playing against teams like Molde in Europe at the pace they play in European football as opposed to League of Ireland.
To be honest, I don't care who we play against. I think we're good enough to match any team on our day. And if you go into a game fearing someone, if you go into a game fearing your opponent, then you're not going to come out on top. So I think you've got to go there and believe in your own ability, and I think that's how you get a positive result.
And finally, the Champions League is nice, but it's all about winning that league again. And with that result you got against Pats recently, it's still very much alive, the title race.
Of course, I mean they're going to go for a sticky patch. So we know we just got to do what we have to do, get the 3 points in all the games as many games as possible, and then who knows.
Alright, well, thanks very much as always. Seamus Keneally, Champions League football, regardless of the result, it must be some experience for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think when we won the league last year, that was something we've been looking forward to since that moment, so for it to come and for it to be at home first leg, all them fans out, supporting us, it was brilliant to have the music as we came out, it's just get a bit of goosebumps there, so it's brilliant.
The way that the game went sort of in the second half, there's definitely a lot of confidence there to get that away goal, hopefully early in the next leg.
Yeah, we need to score now, so we can play with a little bit of the shackles off, I suppose, over there. At half time we realised that they're a good team, but they're definitely beatable. So I think we had more of a go in the second half, try to play the ball forward a bit conservative in the first half, maybe. So we're still in with a chance. We've got to score, but tie's still not over yet.
The pace, the way the Molde play, it's a huge step up from the rest of the teams in the League of Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, physically, and they're so strong. It's hard to get the ball off them, and then they're very fast when they slow it down and then they quicken it up really fast, so it's you've got to be on your toes all the time.
The way that the referees are in the Champions League as well, like you can go to the ground so easily, and they tend to give the softer free kicks you wouldn't get against the likes of Bray or St. Pat's with League of Ireland refs.
Yeah, well that's right, and I think the Norwegian boys know that as well. They're used to that kind of refereeing every week, whereas we're not. We're used to a bit more of a physical game, so but that's something we've got to get used to. We knew that it was going to be like that. European referees are like that, so we've got to deal with that.
And finally, could I just ask you, the title race is the most important thing. Champions League is more a bit of a bonus, and with the way the result went against Pats recently, the title race is still very much on.
Yeah, it was a huge point for us, really. 1-0 down at half time, I'd have taken a point, so 4 points with I think 13 games left. We're in with a shout. We've got to play Pats, we've got Derry now and Shams next 2 games, so big games coming up for us.
Alright, well, thanks very much. Hey guys, joining me at the showground, Ole-Gunnar Solskjaer. Good results, but the way Sligo attacked you, it's still very much alive for Sligo Rovers. And what did you make of this game?
First half I thought we were the better team, created chances, but second half they pushed us back, and we could see that the tie is not over.
And maybe you underestimated Sligo Rovers a bit, being honest.
No, not at all. Because we've been struggling in the league, mid-table. So this is our chance to have some fantastic games during the end of the season now. So there's no chance of complacency.
What did you think of the Sligo experience coming to the showgrounds? It's very different from the grounds in Norway.
Yeah, it is. But then I really enjoy grounds like this after being in England, and I've got to say the Irish people is always great people.
Like the lads here, all here just for you. And the season has been tough over in Norway, but you're starting to pick up the results now. And what are the Molde's goals now for the rest of the season?
We've got a cup semi-final to play, and we want to progress in Europe, obviously. So and then just stay at least mid-table in the league.
All right. Well, thanks very much. It was a pleasure to speak.